Persephone was the beautiful Greek goddess of springtime and maidenhood, as well as the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of the harvest. On one fateful day, the god of the underworld, Hades, saw Persephone and fell in love with her innocence and beauty. The cold darkness of the underworld caused Hades to feel lonely and isolated, especially since he rarely got the chance to visit his family on Mount Olympus. He decided he needed a wife and became determined to make Persephone his bride. He asked Persephone's father, who happened to be his brother, Zeus, for permission. Zeus did not oppose Hades' request to marry Persephone, but warned him that Demeter would never allow the marriage. Demeter understood that Persephone would despise living with Hades in the dark kingdom of the underworld, in which there is no sun nor beauty. With this information, Hades decided that if Demeter would not consent to her daughter's marriage, he would have to kidnap her. One morning, Persephone was busy gathering flowers in a beautiful field when suddenly the very ground beneath her feet split open. Emerging from the darkness of the chasm was Hades, riding in a four-horse chariot. The field was empty, and there was no one around to hear Persephone's screams as Hades scooped her into his chariot and delved back into the underworld. It wasn't long before Demeter noticed her daughter's absence and immediately started searching for her. Desperate and frantic, for 9 days she searched the corners of the earth, hoping for a clue to Persephone's whereabouts. She was able to learn from the goddess Hecate that Persephone had been scooped into someone's chariot, but she couldn't identify who the kidnapper was. Demeter decided to visit the sun god Helios, as he saw everything that happened on the earth. Helios informed her of what Hades had done, and in her rage, Demeter vowed that until her daughter was returned, there would be no harvest. Meanwhile, in the underworld, Persephone didn't quite mind living with Hades. He showered her with gifts and was kind to her, but she still yearned for her mother's comforting warmth. While she was in the underworld, Persephone made a fateful mistake. She ate 6 pomegranate seeds from the garden of the underworld, forgetting that anyone who eats food from the underworld must stay there forever. However, Zeus recognized that without a harvest, humankind would disappear, and there would be no mortals to make offerings to the gods. Hermes appeared to take Persephone to Mount Olympus so that her mother and Zeus could negotiate a deal. Since Persephone had only eaten 6 seeds from the pomegranate, Zeus decided that she would only have to live with Hades in the underworld for 6 months out of the year. The other 6 months she could spend with her mother, tending to the harvest. In the 6 months Persephone had to spend in the underworld, Demeter would mourn and neglect the harvest, giving us the infertile season of winter. In the months that Persephone could be with her mother, Demeter would be overjoyed and the harvest would flourish, giving us spring. This myth was used by the ancient Greeks to explain the change in seasons each year.